is totally amazing. She's sort of been mentoring me since I met her about 1.5 years ago. She is a 10-star diamond, an elite coach. She's just amazing. If you're not following her yet, which I think pretty much everybody, at least on my team is, you should be doing so, because she is just all heart, and I just love her to death, and I'm so excited to see her face on this call. I want to die. Anyways, Sarah, I'm just going to give it to you. Go, sister.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks so much for having me on. And from what I remember, from what we talked about, I don't know, what was it, a couple months ago, everybody earned this call, right? So this is like kind of a privilege, right? Or something like that. But I just want to ask, who all here is going to Summit? Like, if you guys can raise your hands, because I want to like go through, I want to see who's going to be Summit. Yeah, awesome. Okay. So I have been like crazy busy trying to figure out Summit. So I'm excited to just take a breath and just share with you guys some awesome tips that I gave to my team last week, because that's what I love doing. I love kind of just sharing how I built this business and how it's changed my life, and really how it can change yours. And Whitney and I met last year at the at a Belize yoga retreat that Amy Silverman put on, and it was just like an instant connection. And we've just been talking and really mentoring each other ever since. I mean, I feel like she mentors me in a lot of ways as well. So it's definitely give and take, that is for sure. So I just want to talk to you guys tonight about really my 6 tips for really having sustained long-term success in this business, because I had a coach on my team ask me to talk about that on her team call, and it turned out to be a hit. So why not share with you guys as well? But before I get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about my story. So I joined as a coach in December of 2011. Hi, Keith. I see your face now. There he is. Okay, so I joined as a coach in December of 2011, and I did it for the discount. So I joined because I wanted to do P90X, and I wanted to get Shakeology for cheaper. I wanted to save the money on it, you know, and Adam, my better half, like really just pushed me into being a coach. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll go for it. So I decided to kind of go for it and not really go all in, but just go all in with P90X and getting my body back to where I wanted it to be. So 2 weeks later, I was invited to a Super Saturday. And at the time, I really had no interest in learning about the business or what it was about. But I was like, okay, sure, I'll go. Maybe it'll give me some motivation to keep doing my workout. So I go, and I was just blown away at the community and the energy and what was possible with this business. And that was really the catalyst to building my business, was that Super Saturday. So if you have any discount coaches on your team, invite them to Super Saturday, invite them to events, because you just never know when you have the next rock star on your team that's just blown away by the community and the training and the vision that they can put forward in front of these people. So always get your team, no matter where they are in the business, to events. But fast forward 6 months, I go to Summit for my first time in 2012. So this will be my 4th Summit coming up next year, which is just kind of blowing my mind a little bit. But I left Summit on fire, and Whitney and Keith will appreciate this, but I leave Vegas on the red eye, and I'm not much of a red eye girl. I kind of crash early, and I get back into O'Hare at 6 a.m. in the morning. I have to drive down to Central Illinois, and I am just exhausted. I've had 1 hour of sleep, probably 4 hours of sleep every night while I was at Summit. And I'm on the phone with Adam on my drive home, and I'm crying because I'm so happy, because I know how excited it's, like how much this business is going to change our lives. But I'm also crying because I'm so tired and I just want to get home and sleep. So I will never forget that moment. I'm sure Adam won't either. There really wasn't much he could do to help me at that point. But anyways, fast forward another 3 months, and we decided to quit our jobs and downsize and move to Wisconsin from Illinois. We took like a 70% pay cut to go all in with this business. And we struggled financially, and Adam had to get a job working in a shipyard, which was super dangerous and not really what he wanted to do, but we just said that this is what we were going to do. We want to leave corporate America, and we want to build the life of our dreams, and we just did it. So I kind of just went into just crazy work mode, put my head down, and just went away. So I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that. But so that's really my story. So fast forward to now, and my team is just amazing. Like I just posted on Facebook that I think I have 18 STAR Diamonds being recognized at Summit next week on my team, which is just incredible. The first year that I posted in January 2013, when I posted my first Success Club recognition post, I had 2 people on it. And fast forward 2 years to January 2015, and I had 215 people on my Success Club post. So it's pretty incredible what this business can do if you stay consistent and you just have a big heart and just help people. So let's jump right into my 6 tips. Okay, so number 1. You have to get over the fear. Okay, you have to get over the fear. There are so many scary things about this business, and we could talk forever about all the scary things, but you just got to get over it. Like, you just have to say, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be scary every step of the way, and I'm just going to go for it. If I post something on Facebook and I'm not a little uneasy about it, then I know I'm not really stepping out of my comfort zone, right? So I don't do that all the time, but there's definitely posts when I push myself to have that fear, because the fear means that you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're building. So fear is not always a bad thing, but it can hold you back. So you need to make sure that you're getting over that fear and going for it. So the way that I always get over this fear about whether I'm inviting or posting something that I'm not exactly sure if it's going to go over the right way is I always remind myself of where I would be if nobody ever told me about this business. Okay, I would be sitting at a desk in corporate America in a cubicle, probably making $60,000 a year, and I'd probably be 30 pounds heavier. I might have a couple kids, and I honestly probably wouldn't be that happy because I would just not be living a life that had purpose and passion. So I always remind myself of that. If I don't share this with people, what is their life going to be like? Because I'm so thankful for the person that shared this with me. Okay. And I always say to my team, action breeds confidence. So write that down. Action breeds confidence. So if you're not taking action, you're never going to get confident in it. You're never going to make yourself feel better about what you're doing. You're never going to be better at what you're doing. Okay. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that you have to get over the rejection. So there is so much rejection in this business. You get told no and you get ignored over and over and over and over again, right? So my success has continued to grow. My team has continued to grow. And I've proved to so many people that this business is for real and legit, but people still don't believe it. They still reject me every day. I still get ignored every single day. So just know that it's part of the process and that you just have to get over it. A big part of how I've gotten over rejection is personal development. So if you're not doing personal development on a daily basis, you need to be. You need to be plugging into really leadership development. So not necessarily like how to build your business development, but like leadership, how to be a better person, a better leader, a better mentor. And I've got so many great books that I can go over at the end that I can recommend, but I'm sure you guys have a ton of good books. A great podcast that I listened to recently that I want to suggest that you guys read about this particular topic is The School of Greatness by Lewis Howes. And his last name is spelled Howes. And he interviewed Darren Hardy. And that podcast is incredible. So I sent that podcast to a lot of people on my team to listen to, and they were blown away and just had a ton of aha moments. It's about an hour long, but really worth listening. So make sure that you check that out after this call. Okay, number 3, you have to be patient. Okay, who here is like the most impatient person alive? Yes. Okay, I think we all are. Like, we all want that freedom. We all want that lifestyle, like now, right now, right? Right, Whitney? You want it right now, right now. So you want the stuff right now, no matter what. But here's the deal with this business, and this is what really sets us apart, is that it's not get rich quick. It's not about that. It's about taking time to invest yourself and your people to grow your business. It's about the long haul. And that's exactly what we preach to our challengers, right? It's not a quick fix. It's about the long haul. And that's really the same with this business. So if you can really accept the fact that this business is going to take 2 to 3 to 4 good years of solid work to build, then you're going to be fine. But if you're expecting it to build in 6 months, you're crazy. Because no matter what you do, no matter how much you build, volume and team cycle bonuses take years to mature. That's just how it is. You can have rock stars, you can sign up 100 coaches on your team today, and that doesn't mean anything. It always takes time to build that team volume. So you've got to be patient. I really didn't feel financially secure in my business until about 3 years in. So I would say you've got to give it a good solid 3 years of working really hard to really feel financially secure. At least that's how it was for me. No way to speed it up. You just have to be consistent, and you have to continue to always help people and put your best foot forward and care for helping people and putting other people first. Do you guys know that that picture of the miners that are digging for diamonds? You know how like they're digging underground and they're walking away, but the diamond or the diamonds are like right there, right behind where they stopped. Like if they just dug a couple more minutes, they would have hit those diamonds. So a lot of times we give up right before the magic happens. So whenever you feel like giving up, that's when you have to dig even deeper to make more of an impact on your business. So yeah, for any of you that invest in the stock market or know about the stock market, it's all about the long haul. You can't beat the stock market. Just like you can't get rich quick. You just have to stick it out, help a lot of people, and you'll make a lot of shit happen in this business. Okay, number 4. Relationships and people come first. So this one took me a while to figure out. I definitely feel like I am a good communicator with people, but I also have a tendency to push people towards the goals that I want versus what they want in their life. So I've learned that the hard way. So you've really got to understand what your coaches on your team want before you push them towards what you want. So get to know them, get to know their why, understand why they're doing this business, and that's what's going to help them to get to the next level. Zig Ziglar, his famous quote is, if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. So put your people first and make sure that you are not putting pressure on them to hit goals that you set for them. And also, like in this business, it's mostly female, and it's you guys know. Hey, Whitney or Judd, can you guys mute everybody? Is there any way to do that? I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback. But there's mostly women. What's that? I couldn't hear.
I was trying to.
There we go. I think that's better. Okay. So, anyways, so there can be a tendency to have a lot of drama. Okay, sorry. I just can't focus. I think it's Steve. Can you mute yourself?
I'm trying.
Okay, thank you. Or Judd or Ethan.
It's not letting me do it, so I'm trying to. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I'm doing 70, so it's kind of hard to do it and drive.
I know. Hey, Judd, if you click on participant, you can find Steve and you can hit mute button for him since you're the owner of this.
I think Misty has the controls. I keep getting kicked off. And so if you hover over their names, Misty, and right click, it'll give you a mute function.
He got it.
Awesome. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay,
Sorry,
cool.
Sarah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, no problem. I just can't focus when that feedback is coming back, so sorry. Thank you for fixing. So what I was about to say is that there is a tendency for a lot of drama in this business. As your team grows, not everybody is going to get along, but you have to understand that a lot of this can be resolved through communication. So if people come to me with so-and-so said this, or they did this, or I don't like how they do this, I always just say, you have to deal with that person and figure it out with that person. So I always preach communication. And just like any relationship that you're building, whether it's with your spouse, a friend, family member, or a team member, communication is the base. So ask and communicate and just ask lots of questions. And if you feel a certain way about your upline or your coach or a challenger, just tell them in a nice, loving way. You've got to communicate with your people. If you're not going to communicate, then your business will not be built on a solid foundation. So communication builds relationships. So if you are lacking in the communication department, there will be a lot of drama that comes up and a lot of things that make you uneasy about your business. So make sure that you are always communicating. And really, you know, something that I learned, gosh, when was this? I think it was at Leadership a couple years ago. But Tracy Morrow said that this business is a business of forgiveness. And I think that's what Carl Deichler told her when she first joined, is that this is a business of forgiveness. So you truly have to remember that when you're feeling, you know, some sort of emotion towards your upline or your downline or your challengers or whatever, or teammates, just remember that we all make mistakes and we're all learning the same way. So forgive your people, forgive your upline, forgive your coaches, because if you hold grudges and you create drama, you are never going to be successful in this business, okay? Number five, you have to have a vision for your life. Where do you want your life to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? What do you want to be doing? What is the perfect day in the life of Misty? What is the perfect day in the life of Whitney and Keith? You have to envision that, and you have to write that down, and you have to know what that looks like. We all know that this business isn't always as sexy or glamorous as Whitney makes it out to be, right? It's hard work. You know, she's got those tight pants on and doing all these like sexy little moves. Well, believe me, she's sexy and she has a lot of fun, but you guys know that it takes a lot of work of reaching out to people and talking to people. And there are so many days when you don't feel like doing that, right? How many times have you felt like that? You're like, ugh, I'm over it, I'm moving on. But that kind of attitude is not going to get you ahead in this business. The reason why I am where I am today is because I fought that urge to just go take a break or whatever, and I fought through that, and I continued to build my business. And I continue to do the things that aren't really that hard to do, but they're really easy not to do, and I continue to do those. The reason why I continued to do those is because I had a vision. I had a why. I had a reason to do them every single day. When you have that burning reason why, and you have that vision of what you want for your life, that will get you up an hour earlier. That will help you stay up an hour later to reach your goals and to get your invites out and to get your new friends, your conversations, all of that stuff out to the people that you need to reach to join your team, okay? So, you know, I mean, this business is never going to be easy. That's why there's only, right now for 2014, there's only 199 elite coaches. It's not easy to continue to build your business at that level. And nobody ever said it would be, but you have the people that get there have a burning why. They have a vision for their life of what they want it to look like. Okay. Last, number 6, and this is my favorite one. And this is really how I've really tried to build my business. And this is all about just being yourself. And you just have to be you. So number 6 is be you. There's nobody like you, and there's nobody who says it like you say it. So just be you, and don't feel afraid to just speak your mind. Obviously, you don't want to piss people off, but you want to speak your mind and really do it your way. So when you first join as a coach, you're a little uneasy or not so confident because you're not really sure what you're doing. So you're going to look to other people for inspiration, and I think that's awesome. But as you go through those stages of becoming a coach and becoming yourself, you've got to really embrace who you are and how you do things. And I really feel like a lot of people struggle with this. So a lot of times, I mean, I'm friends with a lot of coaches, so I see a lot of posts from coaches in my newsfeed. And I see so many posts where it just feels awkward. It doesn't feel right. Something feels off about the post. And the reason why is because they're not being themselves. They're trying to be somebody else. So the only way that you can really figure that out is through personal development. You've got to figure out who you are, what you represent, and what you want to be with this business and who you want to help. And I always say to my team, and one of my like hashtags that I like to use is likers gonna like. So when you're yourself, you're going to have haters. People are not going to like you. And I had something happen to me today where I found out that I have people that probably don't like me as much as I would like them to. And that's okay. And I have to remember that I need to focus on the people who do like me. I have to focus on my likers. So instead of focusing on my haters and saying haters going to hate, I'm going to focus on my likers and say likers going to like. And I'm going to focus on the people that appreciate what I do and give and are want to be a part of what I'm doing. So that's really, my tips for growing your business. And I know that wasn't something like or anything tangible to implement in your business, but more kind of on a personal development leadership level. But if you guys can pick a couple of these and just start to implement and start to think more about these, do it, and maybe do it over a little bit, at a time. But I think that these will really help you kind of take your business to the next level. So if anybody has any questions, you can use the chat box. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Nothing is off the table. So I'll open it back up.
Slow.
Can you see me, Sarah?
Can you hear him?
Uh-huh.
I might have to take this off.
Sarah, you got me?
Gotcha.
Can you hear us?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Go
Sarah,
ahead.
love you to death. And honestly, you've been like the quintessential person that's made me love this even more with Whitney. Get back to the point of the factor of like what you did when you jumped ship from your corporate job to going into this. Because honestly, I think that's what a lot of people want to accomplish here, and you did it.
Yeah, and I mean, that really goes back to, I think I encompass like all of these points. Maybe not be patient, but I was just like, I had this vision and I wanted to create it. And I just said, I'm all in. I'm going for it. And I have no other choice. I do well under pressure. I'm not going to say everybody does. So I have people on my team who have quit their day jobs before they should have, and they're struggling financially because of that. And the stress financially cripples them and they cannot build their business. So if you know that will demotivate you, then you need to wait until you are financially stable and ready to quit your job. If you know that kind of struggle is going to motivate you like hell to move forward, then go for it. But it was not easy. Adam and I had budget meetings, and we still do every Thursday. And for a long time, it was pretty rough. I mean, those were not easy, but I mean, we had to get through them, and we both knew what the vision was, and we're not like there yet, but we are so damn close to that vision. It's kind of scary how close it's there, because it's like, you know that it's going to happen, but then when it actually does, you're like, what in the hell? Like, is this for real? Is this real? You know what I'm saying? You guys are laughing, but you know, it's like, I can't even believe it sometimes. But I think you just have to really know what you want for your life. So I'm going to go back to number 5, like have a vision for your life. I quit my job in October of 2012. So I was 10 months into this business, which is crazy. I was still such a baby coach, and I was making $300 a week as a Beachbody coach. And we were barely paying the bills. Thank God we had sold both of our houses. We had sold the vehicle, so we had some liquid cash that we could live off of for a while. But I mean, when 2013 came around, I read the book Push by Chalene Johnson, and that just really motivated me to go for top 10. So I went for top 10, and I just like literally, I probably worked 16-hour days every day in 2013. I mean, that might be a slight exaggeration, but I worked a lot. So I sacrificed a lot too to get to this point. But it was worth it, because now I probably only work 6 hours every, 4 days a week. It's a lot different. Does that help? Does that help answer that? Awesome.
Totally. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I was going to say, you mentioned Push by Chalene Johnson. I know I have a ton of books that I recommend for my team, but are there any like go-to books that you recommend?
Yeah. One of my favorite books is 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I read that early on. That's by John Maxwell. I read that early on as a coach, and I love that. Put Your Dream to the Test is also by John Maxwell. That's a great book. Slight Edge, Compound Effect. Those are obviously, those are really great. A book for getting over the fear or getting over the rejection really is Go for No. If you guys have read Go for No, yeah, that one's really, really great. I'm trying to think what else. Vibathon. I mean, Vibathon has done so much for me too. Honestly, it's been
a lot of us have read that one.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Cool.
So that talks about like having a vision and like vibing on that vision. Like that's like how I didn't even know that I was really doing that. But as I was reading that book, it kind of was like, okay, this is what I've been doing this whole time. And
right.
That's like why you have to have that vision front and center and looking at that and thinking about that every day. So. Mm-hmm.
She's going to be so stoked to hear that.
Is she not?
No, I wish. I don't know what's up with her, but I'll send her that part of the video of the recording.
Okay. Good.
Man, I'm just so appreciative of you. Thank you so much for this. This was some awesome information. I love the part, do the things that are easy not to do, because I think that's the part for me that's so much, I can do that tomorrow, or it's not a big deal. And those things so add up. So that quote really, really resonated with me. I just loved all of your tips. I have like 4 pages of notes here. I really, really appreciate it. Does anybody else have any questions for her? She's amazing. Pick her brain while you have her. Anybody? Give a little wave.
They know it all, Whitney. They know everything.
I know, right? That's why they're all going to pop diamond tomorrow, right?
Okay, I have a question, but it doesn't relate to anything that you were just talking about. My biggest struggle is keeping track of contacts and follow-ups. So what system do you use?
That's an awesome question. I use a really super simple system. I have a Google Drive account. I adore Google Drive. And I have a Google Sheet that I get onto every day. It's called My List. And literally it has the name of all of my coaches, all of my challengers, all of my prospects, and it has a follow-up date in the next column. So one column is name, one column is date. Super easy. And every time that I talk to someone, I reset the date for a day out, 2 weeks out, and then I go into my Google Drive document every day and I filter and I see what is on, who do I need to contact for today. And I try not to schedule things for like, you know, the weekends because I'm usually gone. I usually don't work much on the weekends, but I try to schedule them Monday through Thursday. Those are usually the days that I'm talking with people. And I do that not just for my prospects, but I do that for my coaches and my challengers so that I'm kind of staying on them via text as well, not just through groups. So it's really super simple, but it's helped a lot.
And then I'm having a flashback to being at your house last year, and you had that huge notebook.
Oh,
do you still use that? Like you have like your coach's information and like all the.
Yeah, I do. So I have this notebook that has tabs A, B, C, D, like all the way through Z, and it's called my Beachbody Family. And this has my coaches and my challengers in here. And every time I'm on a call with those people or I have a conversation where I need to write something down, I write it in this book to just help me remember about their why, about their family, about all that stuff. But yeah, that's how I stay organized with contacts. That and then my list. But I really try to keep it really super simple.
So that's all. So we do like what is that? The coaching, what do we call that in our welcome email? Coach portrait. So this would be a cool thing to start putting in like a binder with all of your coaches' information and stuff like that. I don't know. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
All right. Anybody have anything else? No, Judd, you have anything?
No, I'm good.
Can you hear me?
I'm just sitting here listening to you. So it's nice to run the call and I get to listen. So no, thank you very much, Sarah, too, for taking time out of also. So, you know, it's always great to hear other successful coaches that are rocking it, and I look forward to seeing you in Summit too. So.
Absolutely. I hope we get to see each other with all the people. I hope we get to talk to each other. So
no joke.
I will find your ass.
You're gonna stop me. You're gonna stop me, right?
Can we take a picture?
What's that?
Can we take a quick
Yeah.
picture?
Okay.
Everybody smile pretty. Okay, I got a few.
Awesome.